I was tired of being stuck in my 9 to 5. I was tired of missing out on precious moments with my daughter. I was tired of being overworked and underpaid. I was tired of trading time for money when I knew there was another way. I was tired of being tired. If you know what that feels like, or you're at that place right now in your life, give me a 1 in the chat. I want to know that I'm speaking to the right people. I had reached a point of complete burnout in my corporate career. I worked in management for years, first in retail, then in the restaurant business, then I ended my career in healthcare. I have always been a hard worker. Shout out to all the hard workers out there. Work hard, play hard was the motto. I loved, and I still love, running numbers up, putting numbers on the board, and above all, making an impact. But I was in complete overdrive. I felt like a ball that would not stop rolling. If you know what that feels like, put a 2 in the chat, because I know I'm not the only one that knows what it feels like to be on an imaginary hamster wheel. Now, I'm a praying woman. If there's any praying woman in the chat tuning in, let me know. Put a 3 in the chat for the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I want to know that you are out there, and thank God that you are here. Now, one night during my shift, I worked the night shift at the hospital. I was praying while I worked. I know some people like to whistle while they work, but I like to pray. As I was praying, I felt it so strong in my spirit. I felt like the Lord was telling me, you no longer belong here. I looked around at the department, and I felt totally detached and out of place, like I literally did not belong there. I went home, I talked to my husband about it, and he said, do what it is that you have to do. He trusted and supported my decision. Thank God for a supportive husband. If you have a supportive spouse, put a 4 in the chat, because I want to make sure I know who I'm talking to. If you feel me, then you know what it is. Anyways, I contemplated on it for a few days, continuing to feel completely out of place at work. And then one day I got off work, I walked in my kitchen, I grabbed a hold of that counter, I put my head down, and I cried, knowing it was time to put in that 2-week notice. I had been selling online for years while I worked my 9 to 5, so I knew I would be able to transition into that full time. But I also knew that I loved my consistent, predictable paycheck from the hospital, even though it came with a side of hormonal imbalance and high cortisol. If you know what I'm talking about, put a 5 in the chat. Y'all, that same night, I put in my 2-week notice, and I was terrified, but free to go all in on myself. Just me trusting God, and He has carried me and my family through all of it. And guess what? In that time, I found a program to help me grow my income online. And it's not like any other program that I have found out there. Follow along as I document my journey. Want access to my Freedom Formula Blueprint? Put yes in the comments. I would absolutely love to share it with you.